this amazing live stream that we're gonna have. Something new. With each live stream, it has its own stories, and sometimes we looking forward to like some chronic illnesses or some serious stuff, but to me, everything is serious to that person who is suffering from it, and it can come in many different forms. It can just be a lump, it can just be this pain here, or it can also be maybe depression. So without much further ado, I have two wonderful guests from USA. I will introduce separately, one by one, okay, and show you these two beautiful ladies. And first of all, I would like to welcome all the way from Arkansas, Miss Monica Goose. Welcome, Monica. Yes, you have to unmute yourself.
Am I unmuted?
Yes, you are. You look gorgeous. You look,
thank you.
Wow, ravishing. Full of life, radiant, compared to the first time I saw you on YouTube.
Right?
Definitely, there's a lot of change in you. Even the way you smile and everything else, it's like, tell us what happened. Maybe our audience is like wondering, what is Dr. James talking about?
Well, I agree with you. I agree with you.
I saw you before, so I know,
Right. I made
So-
my first testimonial video with Renee 17 days after I had received my wand. And I did that because I was so surprised at the results I was getting with my physical body. I didn't really buy the wand because I had a specific physical ailment that I was, I hope it helps me with this. That was not it. I was in a transition in my life, and I was praying for meaningful activity. I said, look, I need meaningful activity in my life or I'm going to perish. I need to have a reason to get up in the morning. And what I love to do is I love to help people. I've done energy work for over 20 years. And, with COVID, all of that pretty much stopped. And I was moving. I had to sell my house because I couldn't afford to keep it anymore. So I was going through all this, and I bought the wand because as I was praying for this meaningful activity, I found the wand on YouTube, and I just thought, well, let me do some more research. So I was from the time I woke up in the morning till I went to sleep at night, I was packing up, and I was listening to YouTubes from all over the world. All over the world, I'm seeing people in, Africa, the Philippines, Malaysia, incredible, wild testimonials, things this is like out of a science fiction to see the improvements people are having, right? And I thought to myself, if this is real, I need this. I need to find out what's going on. So
if I may just say something. So that gave you hope, right? It's probably like if people from so many different parts of the world are experiencing some wonderful effects because of the one, there must be something in there that maybe you should give it a go, right?
Exactly what I thought. I thought, you know what? It's $380. If it doesn't work, I have wasted more money than that in my life on stuff that's a lot more meaningless. So it's like, well, I'll give it a shot. And so I bought it. I didn't have an opportunity to try it because no one here had one. So I was like, well, let me give it a shot. And I did, because I thought there's no way this many people from all over the world are making this up. They're not. It's just so, and it's literally, to me, it feels like nothing short of what we would call a med bed, a handheld med bed. And so I got my wand, and I really didn't, like I said, I didn't have anything physical with me that I thought, well, I hope it helps with this. But all of a sudden, things started happening that I never anticipated. injuries from 30 years ago that I've had problems with my knee from when I shattered my leg. All of a sudden, it's not crunching and grinding anymore. I had a couple things happen. Also, I had a fall, and I'd never bruised from it, and the pain went away, and I was able to wand my, the pain out of my body from moving. I was in a lot of pain from just the physical exertion of carrying heavy boxes and up and down stairs and in and out of cars and all that. But there's a bigger story here that I'd like to share, and that is that through all this, it was a huge transition in my life. On top of the fact that late in July, I had started taking a medication that actually made me suicidal. And I have heard these things on, you watch the commercials and they have those notifications, they tell you all the side effects. I used to laugh at that. I used to think that was it's like, that's stupid. How is that even a thing, that a medication could make a person suicidal? Well, guess what? It is a thing. And it happened to me. And so at a time when I was in the greatest transition of my life, I've lost my husband 3.5 years ago. Now I was losing the house we built together. And then I'm put on something that makes me this way. And I was suicidal from the end of July, all of August and September. And luckily I had people around me who literally kept me alive. And then I started, like I said, praying for meaningful activity and all this. So I had to focus so much on getting my house sold and getting it empty that I didn't have time to deal with that. But it was the darkest time of my life. I've never been in such a dark place ever.
Well,
And
I can feel you just based on what you have said. Your husband passed away not too long ago, and you had to sell the house that both of you built. That's a lot of emotion stuck with it,
Oh, it was, and I had never really given myself the time to grieve. When he died 3.5 years ago, I just couldn't deal with it. So all of a sudden, here I am. I was alone in the house, and I'm surrounded with all the memories, and I had to
well, maybe it's a good thing to move out, really, because
absolutely.
you needed
agree.
some positive energy, you know what I mean? Right. So that was a good thing for you, actually. And after you move, that's when I saw you. After you move out, you started wanding yourself, right? That's with
well, that's
Renee.
the thing. I received the wand after I moved, because the
your
house
new
sold
address. Yeah.
Right, I went to my new address, correct. So
tell us about it. Tell us about it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I got the wand and I started wanding myself. And that first night I had, I was in pain, obviously, from the move. And by the time I was done wanding myself, all of the tension and the muscle aches and pains, all gone, except for a little bit still in my lower back. Woke up the next morning and my lower back hurt a little bit still. So I took a towel and folded it and set the wand on it, because I'm alone now, obviously. And I put the wand on a towel to hit right in the middle of my back, laid down in bed, and after 20 minutes, no more pain in my back.
Wow.
So that was wonderful. And then a couple of things happened. I fell a couple of times after. So it was interesting to me that I didn't have necessarily these things that I wanted to, but I feel like it's a great first aid tool.
Right. It's like every home should have one, right?
Every home should have one, right?
Regardless whether it's the middle of the night, you have a headache or fever or whatever, and just blow, right? So you fell, and then you had the wand. Tell us about it.
Right, I had the wand, and things that normally would have sprained or swollen or went black and blue didn't. And I was really surprised. And then, of course, I started sharing it. I shared it with all my friends. And now, I'm talking it 6 weeks later, right? And every day I'm getting phone calls from people that have gotten wands from me about how good they feel. And thank you, Monica, for bringing this to me. I have, I'm able to walk again. My ankle doesn't hurt anymore. And it just on and on every day. And it just makes me so happy that, that people are having these kinds of results. Because that's what I wanted. I was thinking to myself, like, why did I get this wand again? And it was really because I needed something to do. And I
Yes.
love helping people. And this is just that light that
Perfect.
comes in.
It's just perfect. And I think, given everything that you have said, I think probably the best thing that happened to you is how it has got you out from your depression. Because, when you're down there, it's so hard to get out, And what this magical wand did is it raised your energy level so that you're able to pull yourself out from whatever situation you were in. And look at you now, bubbly, radiant, really changed. I mean, you should take a look at the interview that you did with Renee. You look different.
I was aware of that. I noticed that.
You look different.
Totally. And it's a complete shift in my energy field. And it is absolutely, it's the wand. It connects you with it reconnected me with my joy. It reconnected me with my sense of being connected to my source, being cared for, having, it's just all I can say is it is the most wonderful thing. It is a truly revolutionary new technology. We need this on the planet right now. We need this. This is something that you're going to benefit from, whether it is a physical thing. Like I said, I've had chronic issues for 30 plus years, and they've gone away in a couple of weeks. This is
wow. Amazing.
med bed, handheld med bed, I'm telling you.
Well, it's good to see you, like this, and thank you so much for coming forward to share your story. And on behalf of the management, just want to wish you all the very best and continue with your new purpose now, which is to help more people, right? So thank you once again, Monica. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you. It was my pleasure. Thank you.
Right. So there you've heard it, our first guest from Arkansas. And nothing is, simple, right? If you have a problem, you have a problem. And if that problem gets solved, it doesn't have to be a chronic disease or, it's just something that bothers you and you got rid of it. And that is already a huge blessing to a lot of people. So without much further ado, we have our second guest all the way, from America as well, from Ohio. And I first saw her on Facebook, and I noticed one thing. How can the eye bags disappear just like that? So I had to contact her, and well, you guys gonna listen from her and enjoy it. All right. So let's welcome our next guest, Kaylee. Kaylee, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, you look fabulous. And you have stories to tell us, right? About yourself, about your husband, Maybe before you do, can I share your photo with them? And so that they can get an idea of what it's all about, all right? So I'll just show your photo. I hope everyone can see it clearly. All right, there you go. So this is the before and after photo. And yeah, look at that. On the left, the eye bags, right? It's like two different persons here. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? It looks so different, right? So
feel better too.
So tell us about what happened here, and what did you do?
Well, I guess I should start with why I got one to begin with, but I basically just had been following Kevin Street's story. I know that you have shared his story on here before, but I had been following him on Facebook and I saw what it had done for him. And I was like, I didn't really have anything wrong with me. I didn't think. I thought I was a healthy person, but I was like, this thing is crazy. I need to get one of these. And honestly, I just wanted to help other people. I got it to like help people in my family and whatnot. But then when I got it, I was so excited about checking it out that I just started using it. And I noticed almost immediately, my husband and I both, how much better we were sleeping. Like, we go to bed at like 10 o'clock and then get back up at 3:30 in the morning. So we don't get a lot of sleep anyway. But we were just waking up feeling more well rested and more energy throughout the day and whatnot. But I actually started using it on my face and my eyes because I had seen where some people have actually improved their vision by using it on their eyes. So I started doing it for that. Well, then I started noticing when I would wake up in the mornings, I didn't have bags under my eyes anymore. And I've literally had bags under my eyes from the time I was little. My dad has them too. So I thought, it was a genetic thing. So I never would imagine.
You blew on your face basically to get a better eyesight. And the byproduct of that is you lost your eye bags. So, wow, that's amazing.
So that blew my mind. I was like, whoa, I didn't expect that to happen.
That's I mean, a lot of women are watching right now and in the future sharing this thing because I'm sure a lot of women are interested to become beautiful just like you and to be able to, to look younger. I think women spend lots of money just to make themselves more beautiful, right? So here, you can just blow and blow and blow and just like Monica, looking much younger now and yourself, a lot of people out there. And I'm sure this will help them a lot. Now, I have been talking with you and there's another thing that really a lot of women experiences every month, which is the menstrual cycle. Would you like to talk about that? I mean, when you have to really go through the pain and discomfort for some people and your mood swing and those kind of stuff. I know of people personally who actually go through it every month. It's like, hey, don't talk to me for the next few days, that kind of thing. So just share your story.
Yeah, for me, it's always been I've always had really, really bad, menstrual cycle. I've even talked to doctors about it, like trying to get on something like possibly birth control and whatnot. I didn't really want to do that. So I've just been kind of dealing with it. And it took me until I'm 37 right now. And it took me until I was 30 to finally realize that a lot of my mood swings and whatnot were triggered by my hormones around the time of my cycle. So at least it helped that I would know that it was coming, because I would start getting moody or whatever. I know it caused issues for relationships in the past. I mean, I would be like, more triggered with my kids. Like I'd be more sensitive and get upset with them easier and whatnot. So it caused a lot of issues. But I noticed that with using the wand, that even when it was about that time, I didn't even know it was coming because I didn't have any symptoms for once, which was really weird.
That's
but
huge.
Then I started having cramping the day of, and I had read you weren't really supposed to use it, but I did. Because I'm really willing to do anything to make the pain go away. So I went ahead and used it anyway, and it actually dramatically decreased everything. My cramps went from a 10 to a 2. It was amazing. So much better. So
amazing. That's a good one, really.
Yeah.
Wow. I can feel for all the women who are suffering just like you, and how this thing can help them. And aside from yourself, I think there's still more, right, to go. I mean, about yourself before we turn to Nathan.
There's tons of things it's done for me.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot more. There's a whole list of it. So please enlighten us. Yeah.
So I had a varicose vein on the back of my leg. I still have it, but it was really hard. I would constantly, it was weird. I didn't even want to touch it because it was weird to me, but it has softened that up. It's almost gone. I had a boil develop on the back of my neck, which a lot of times happens around the time of my menstrual cycle. It'll, usually on my face. but my face has been completely clear. But I had wanded that in literally overnight, and this had come and gone. But overnight it was flat. It had completely disappeared. Headaches, body aches, all of that stuff. My husband and I both work at a factory, and he was taking Tylenol and ibuprofen on a daily basis. And I would take it 3 to 4 times a week, and neither one of us have taken it since we've started using the wand. So it has completely eliminated body aches, pains, being on our feet all day. None of that bothers us anymore.
So
can
I say, I mean, that, it's been healing you guys, right?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Tremendously. I mean, the aches and pains and, whatnot. Wow. That is huge. Now, I'll just share your husband's story. I mean, your photo, right? As you guys can see right now. And he's lost quite a few pounds, right? He's lost quite a few pounds. And also many other stuff that happened because he had an injury, right? He somehow got into an accident with his hand. So tell us about it.
So he had smashed his hand in a machine. I don't know how long ago, but it's been a while. But he has a lot of problems with it when it's like colder outside, or if he's been working with it a lot, he'll have problems in his hand. And he actually didn't even notice at first, but one day he randomly noticed like his hand hadn't been bothering him. Like certain jobs at work will bother him more. And he said, my hand's not even bothering me anymore. So that was pretty interesting.
After using the wand, it doesn't bother him anymore, right? And was he on painkiller? I mean,
he was taking the ibuprofen and Tylenol daily. He was eating it like candy. Like I hated how much he took it.
Wow, daily.
What do you do? You got to work every day, so. But now he doesn't have to take any of that at all.
Wow,
it's actually made both of us stop drinking pop too. We were both big Mountain Dew drinkers, and
wow, there's a lot of sugar there.
I stopped craving it, which was really weird to me, but I assume because everything's detoxing, it just made me stop. And I've always been one that doesn't drink water, and that's all I drink now. So I don't know how it works. I can't explain it, but it's good for me, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm glad to hear that, really. And at least, you have sort of changed in terms of your habit in drinking water as opposed to sugary drinks, right? So you said that your husband stopped. I mean, he's been on a painkiller every day.
Yep.
For how many years? I mean,
oh gosh, how long have you been on painkillers, huh?
Okay, that's why you look behind. You were looking for Nathan. All right.
He said probably like 8 years.
Wow, 8 years. Wow, thank God. Thank God you can stop.
Nothing is huge.
So just stopping on that and change from Mountain Dew to Wondered Water, guys. Without the blink of an eye, I can tell you, your health is going to transform tremendously.
Right.
Just on this alone.
Yeah. Like, I don't feel like we need to drink pop anymore. Like we used to drink the caffeine to pick us up, but I don't feel like we need to anymore. We feel great.
I think, we need stimulant. I mean, let's say prior to using the one, the magical one, iTeraCare, you need a stimulant to sort of, get you into a certain comfort level, because your brain is telling you to do that, right? Maybe to distract you from your pain or to distract you from whatever. But somehow when you started blowing this iTeraCare and the terahertz frequency, it goes into charging your cells. And now your cells are able to function more efficiently. You don't need those stimulants anymore. And it's able to, in a way, take care of itself when your cells are able to function the way it should. So this is probably what happened. And I'm happy to hear the transformation for both you and your husband. Wow, amazing. Thank you so much for coming forward to share these wonderful stories with us, and you look fabulous. You look fabulous. Right, viewers? Don't you think she looks fantastic? Well, she does. Definitely. It's not just about the eye bags, but the radiance, just like Monica. The women, both of them look wonderful, amazing. So thank you so much, Kaylee, and all the very best to you and your family. And continue to share this with others as well. Thank you.
I'm excited to share it.
Right. So there you have it. Wonderful, wonderful testimonies from our two wonderful guests from the United States. And yeah, it doesn't have to be real, like severe, chronic illness to give you the joy, right? I mean, if it just takes care of the aches and pain, takes care of your depression, takes care of your menstrual, hormonal kind of mood swings and many other things, that's what iTeraCare does to the lives of people all over the world. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned to our next week's program. It's going to be amazing as well. Thank you. Thank you, ladies.
Medical disclaimers. iTera Classic and iTera Pro are not medical devices. The information provided on our website is for educational purposes only and does not substitute for professional medical advice. Please consult a medical professional or healthcare provider if you are seeking medical advice, diagnoses, or treatment. Prife International shall not be liable for risks or issues associated with using or acting upon the information on our website. Prife International shall not be liable or responsible for the actions, misrepresentations, or negligence of our members who are independent contractors.